Today is rare. While I am talking about college football, I'm not making a prediction video or anything to that degree. Instead, I am going to be talking about what I think are some of college football's best uniforms. There is bias in this video, and there is fun as well. I'm going to be talking about 5 teams whose uniforms I think are the cream of the crop in college football. Uniforms that I think are awesome, cold, sick, extravagant, whatever word you want to use to describe something that is next level. And interestingly enough, Oregon is not on this list. I will say that I am not really fond of Oregon's uniforms, and part of that is because everyone loves them, and I kind of am not always part of the crowd when it comes to certain things, and Oregon's uniforms is one of them. They do have a lot of good uniforms, but I think these schools, just the overall look, the color, whatever it is, just makes them so good. And there are definitely schools, whether it's FCS, whether it's FBS, wherever, there are uniforms out there who are probably, in my own opinion, probably better than some of these that I'm talking about, some of these schools, if I had looked and, done a ton of extensive research. But this video is just for fun and kind of at my own leisure as I am working on some bigger, more serious videos. So this is just for fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy me probably rambling for a minute or two each, talking about why I like the uniforms of these 5 schools. So grab the popcorn and let's begin. Here's Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan, so obviously get out the bias stamp, put it in the ink, and stamp it right on this. This is debatable. I can understand why people wouldn't want, or don't think that Michigan has the best uniforms, but the winged helmet, very iconic. It is a very iconic helmet. It is, basically a Michigan thing, though I don't know if Michigan necessarily invented the wing helmet. I think it was an Ivy League school like Princeton or Harvard, but it's iconic, basically unique to Michigan at the FBS level. Well, that actually is unique to Michigan at the FBS level. I love the all-blue uniforms, whether it's the Adidas ones or whether it's the modern ones that Michigan unveiled this year. I really love both of them. The all-maize uniforms are probably the most downsided ones of Michigan, even the Bumblebee uniforms that no one likes to talk about and that everyone hates. I kind of like those more than the all-maize uniforms. The all-maize ones, they just don't... In-game, like against Florida, they looked so much better in-game and on TV than they did in the concept or in the hype photos or whatever you want to call it. Michigan's away uniforms, whether they're white with maize pants or just white on white, are also really good as well. I love Michigan. I am a Michigan fan again. I might even be attending there this fall. Who knows? It depends on many different factors, but I'm glad that I got accepted there. Michigan, again, is a school that I hold very close to my heart, having grown up here. I always have loved their uniforms. They're so iconic. The all blues to me are also special because they're the uniforms that were worn when Michigan beat Ohio State in dominating fashion against a good Ohio State team for the first time since 2003. So those all blue uniforms, I guarantee you they mean a lot to other Michigan fans, and they hold a special place in their heart. The uniforms are very clean. So that's Michigan out of the way. And next up, we got Georgia, the team who destroyed them in the playoff. And Georgia is on this list actually because of that game. I was watching the Orange Bowl, and I could not help but notice Georgia's away uniforms. And you can see that Stetson Bennett in this photo is wearing that exact uniform. The red and the white and the G, the white outlining on it, it is amazing. It is so amazing. I was looking at those uniforms just admiring how they looked, especially with the black sleeves and, just everything about the uniform to me is amazing. It's unique. it's a brand. Like when you look at the G that is obviously similar to the Packer logo, you don't even think Green Bay. You think of Georgia, and yes, part of it's the colors, but like when I see the G, I don't think of the Packers. Part of it's that I'm a college football, not an NFL guy, but I just love that. I love the red too. The red it's like the perfect shade of red. Their helmets are the perfect shade. And the blackout uniforms are cool too. They wore them in 2020 against Mississippi State. Before that, they wore them obviously in a Sugar Bowl matchup. I don't know what matchup, but blackout with the Sugar Bowl logo on it means they obviously wore it then. They wore it also during a blowout loss to Alabama, and that's why they didn't wear them for a while, but that uniform looks really cool too. Same with their home uniform, though I prefer their away uniform and the blackout one. I love blackout uniforms and most Color Rush uniforms as well, excluding red Color Rush uniforms for the most part. But Georgia uniforms are up there, I think. Same with Michigan uniforms. Just again, the red color and how everything is put together just looks very clean. Michigan State is another school, and ironically, two of the schools that beat Michigan this past year are up here. But the all green, I love it, especially the one where the Spartan logo is green and outlined by white. That uniform is really cool. Same with the Gruff Sparty uniform. Those two are really cool. Michigan State did have some bad uniforms. You know, the neon green, disgusting. The bronze Spartan one, I thought that was pretty gross too. But you exclude those two, which is like excluding the Michigan Maze-Out uniforms and some other bad Michigan uniform alternates that were in the Adidas era of Michigan football. These Michigan State uniforms are awesome. The Spartan logo, again, is iconic. The Gruff Sparty logo is the same thing. I think it might be Gruffy Sparty, actually. But it just is what it is. Michigan State has really upgraded their uniform game, and I love it. I'm a huge fan of Michigan State's uniforms. They obviously have upgraded their uniform game along with their football program, and you can't have it really better than that, if I am being honest. Obviously, again, you can see that I'm a fan of Color Rush uniforms because the uniform that's all green, including the green Spartan logo, is up here. The white Spartan logo with the all green that I think it's Connor Hayward, I think, in the photo carrying. I don't know. But that's also a very clean uniform as well. North Carolina is something else too. And I love that they have different alternates. Like they have a black helmet on a, light blue uniform. They have that dark navy blue uniform with a black helmet and an actual blue foot that actually kind of better embodies Tar Heel than the NC logo on the helmet. That's the center photo. You can't see it, but on the sides, they have a blue foot on the helmet. And I think it's an awesome helmet design. And then even their standard uniform is cool. They're not a blue blood in football. They're, a blue blood in basketball. They're not in football, but their logo to me just screams like that. Like it screams pride. And I mean, maybe I'm going off here, but to me, it says something of prestige. Their uniform, their logo, it looks sleek, it looks iconic, it looks like something you would brand on a cattle or brand on something. I don't know. But the colors too, the multiple different kinds of uniforms, the logo, that's really what makes this uniform to me special. These different kinds of uniforms. They're unmatched. Pitt's uniforms, just to talk a little bit about the ACC, they really upgraded their uniform game. And UNC, I don't know if these dark blue uniforms existed before the Mac Brown era. I'm assuming they did, but all the photos I can find of them are recent. Again, another school that's really upgraded their uniform game. And finally, you got Utah. The USS Salt Lake City, that's going to hold a special memory in Utah fans' heart. And it looks really good, even though it's completely different from Utah's colors. And even though in this concept photo, which is the only good photo that I could find and remove the background from to make it fit, even though it doesn't look the best here, it looked much better on the field. While wearing those uniforms, obviously Utah crushed Oregon, who at the time was ranked, I think, in the CFP top 4. It was really special. That game showed everyone that Utah was legit, that Utah, if they didn't lose a few of those games earlier in the year, they could have been a legit playoff contender. And yeah, it was just, that was a special night. Those uniforms are cool, especially under the lights. You know, you got that nice gray and black, and then the nice different helmet design that includes a plethora of, you know, warm colors with the gray. It all goes together nicely. I loved Utah's Rose Bowl uniforms. I loved the double U. Yeah, it's obviously like the University of Utah, you know, and then the rose through it. Love that uniform. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome getting to see that uniform. And that uniform also played in a great game. A bite one that Utah lost, but it was still a great game. And finally, I don't even know what the other uniform in this photo is, but that looks good. Utah's blackout uniforms look good too. Their color rush ones are a bit excessive, but they still look good than some other color rush uniforms. Like, yeah, I don't know. But Utah also has a really good selection of uniforms. So those are just 5 schools that, you know, I wanted to talk about a little bit and discuss why I liked those uniforms. Again, this video was just really for fun. Tennessee's blackout uniform, which is in, obviously, the cover of this video, is a good uniform as well. Oregon has some really good ones. Ole Miss powdered blues are also very clean. Notre Dame has some really good uniforms. I'd say their base uniform is really cool. Just overall, you know, cool to look at. Nebraska, Minnesota, they have some good uniforms. Let me see if there are any others that I could think of. I think Clemson's purple uniforms, this is probably a weird idea. I think Clemson's purple uniforms look good. Miami, Florida has some good uniforms as well. Those are just some different teams who I think, again, have good uniforms. LSU's are also iconic as well. This is just my opinion, really. It's a different kind of video, and you can probably tell in just how I'm talking. I'm not really used to making this video, but it's just for fun, especially when I'm working on bigger projects that take time, so I can't upload videos, and when I have an inconsistent schedule, this all works out, as after all, school is a priority, and that means that I can't be making content day after day. But I'm trying, I'm working hard, and I just wanted to post this as just kind of a fun video. So if you liked it, and if you had fun watching this, or if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and especially because I have this inconsistent schedule, click the notification bell. Because my schedule, while I try to have a consistent one, it can't always be consistent. So clicking that notification bell will ensure that you get notified when I post something, so that you don't miss something, or that you don't expect me to post something and then don't see it. You'll get notified if I do post something, which is the most important thing. Thank you all for watching this fun video, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.